Hello friends, Kalarav School Halol presenting this video for standard 9th subject SS English medium. Friends, we were discussing about the chapter climate. In video number 1, we already discussed about the previous part of this lesson. So those who hadn't seen that video, firstly go and watch that video. After that you can see this video so that you can understand what is the exact matter in this lesson. So now today we are going to discuss about the ahead in this lesson cold weather season and winter, that is considered during the time period of December to February. Cold weather season between the December to February. In India, there are 3 months that we know. Duration from the December to February is considered as a winter season. Sun shines vertically on the southern hemisphere between 22nd September to 21st March. This date you have to remember, that on which date, between which date the sun shine vertically over the southern hemisphere, that is between the 22nd September to 21st March. India is situated into the northern hemisphere. India is situated on the globe of the world, that is on the northern hemisphere. So it is under the influence of the slant sun rays. Slant sun rays was falling down on the northern hemisphere during the time period of the 22nd September to 21st March. Between December to February, and low temperature prevails. So that's why the low temperature were feel at that area. Winds blow from the northeast direction from the Central Asia. These winds are dry and cold. So the weather also remain dry and cold during this time period. So the sky during the season generally remains clear. Clear means cloudless. There was no cloud into the sky at that time of the during the 22nd, between the 22nd September to 21st March. Now northeast India remains comparatively cooler, as it is far away from the sea of some part of the desert. Whatever the regions were there from the far away from the desert area, that are comparatively cooler. Okay, comparatively it is feel cooler. That area were far from the sea coast. So this is the atmospheric feeling. During the winter, this region develop the high pressure and it deflects the wind. Dry cool winds are generated due to the high pressure. Due to the high temperature, due to the high pressure, there were the winds that were generated that were very dry and cool. These winds reduce the temperature of the places over which they blow. Whatever the places they blown, the winds blown, that area's temperature of the places was considered as a reduced. In Delhi, if we are talk about, the temperature oftenly goes below 10 degrees Celsius during the winter season. If we are talking about the Delhi city during the winter season, there was a temperature about the 10 degrees Celsius into the winter time. It remains around 16 degrees Celsius in Allahabad, 18 degrees Celsius in Kolkata. All this time the temperature in Himalaya is much less. All this time temperature of Himalayan region, that is less. The January temperature of Simla, Darjeeling is around 5 degrees Celsius after the snowfall in Himalaya. The cold and the heavy winds of rush towards the North Indian place. Whatever the wind that were blow from the north direction, okay, so North Indian plains, so that regions were felt very cold region. As a result, this plain along with the Gujarat and Rajasthan are under the grip of the cold waves. Temperature decreases suddenly. Okay, this cold wind flow from the state of Gujarat and state of Rajasthan. So in this area we can felt a cold waves. Just because of the cold wave we felt the coldness. Frost in some area destructed to the cotton cloth. Frost is a reason to destruct about the cotton crop. Okay, that is the important point for 1 mark answer. Temperature does not fall from the freezing point of the winter except for the high mountainous regions. Because of the central Himalayas obstruct an extremely cold wind coming from the Central Asia and protect the India from the shiver cold. Whatever the role which were played by the Central Himalaya was standing over there from the northern side of the India. The winds which were come from that side, from the Central Asia, it protect India, the Himalaya protect India from the shiver cold. Just because of the Himalaya, we are safe from this shiver cold wind. Okay, let us know certain weather terms and appreciating the frequency in a newspaper in India, jet stream and western distributions. So this is the report about the newspaper. In both the hemisphere, around 30-degree latitude, very powerful wind in a pipe-shaped belt below the high speed and into the atmosphere at the altitude of the 8 to 15 kilometer. These winds are known as a jet stream. So friends, this you have to remember that what is called jet stream. This question will come as a definition. 1 mark question will come in exam. What is called jet stream? So you have to write this line that in both hemisphere, whatever around the 30 latitude, very powerful winds in a pipe shaped wind belt low which high speed atmosphere at the altitude of the 8 to 15 kilometer. These winds are known as jet stream. This average velocity is about 150 km per hour. Speed is about 150 km per hour. In a central part of this wind belt, there is a velocity is about 400 km. During the winter, these winds blow over the southern slope of the Himalaya, and summer. In summer, these are the standard over the peninsula in India. High altitude wind help with bring rain. This altitude is help to bring rain in India. So jet streams are very important for the Indian atmosphere. Then after, next point is about the western distributions. Jet stream formed over the West Asia below towards the east and affected to the West Asian countries, northeast India, Pakistan and Afghanistan. The dust storm accompany the distributions having leaving the effect onto the Bangladesh, on which 3 neighboring countries were affected by the western distributions: Pakistan, Afghanistan and Bangladesh. The 3 countries were affected by this. This often creates the distributions into the pleasant winter weather of the northern India. High mountains, wherever the high mountains were there, high mountains area were receiving a snowfall just because of the western distribution, and this plains receive some rain which is useful to the rabi crop. Okay, this may causes the unseasonal rain. In Gujarat, this unseasonal rain we can say Mauthu. Okay, Mauthu is called unseasonal rain in Gujarat with a local word Gujarat, which were damaged crop. Mauthu crop damage into the Gujarat, so that is considered this unseasonal rain as a Mauthu in Gujarat. Conditions in some India during the South India during the winter are different from the North India. The weatheric conditions of the both direction, South India as well as North India, both were different. South India is situated in which zone? Torrid zone, near the equator and has a peninsular shape. South India is into the torrid zone and into the shape of the peninsular. Its interior area is not very far from the sea coast. So here we are talking about the South India. South India is situated, listen it very carefully, South India is situated in torrid zone Okay, number 2, peninsular shape, and it is very far from the sea coast, not very far from the sea coast, sorry. So this area does not feel severe cold as a northern Indian during the winter. And during the winter time, this area has a moderate type of climate over there. There are no snowfall. Temperature also does not go down very low. Example, the temperature of the Kochi during the January is around 26 degrees Celsius only, and Madurai 25 degrees Celsius. In winter time they were talking about the temperature of this region, and Chennai 24 degrees Celsius. So southern part during the winter time they didn't have to face a lot of cold, but mountains area into the south India feel low temperature. Wherever the mountains area were there, at that area feel a very low temperature. Temperature decrease towards north. In India, winter is considered to be a very pleasant and healthy season. In India, winter is considered, everyone like winter in India. Okay, so winter is considered very pleasant and healthy season. Due to longer and colder nights, due to the fog and common early morning, day is shorter and night is longer. In winter, dry winds coming from the overland mass generally do not bring rain. Whatever the wind that comes from the landmarks, that generally didn't came break because moisture were not there enough, so they were unable to bring the rain for India. But whatever the wind coming from the northwest direction, from the Bay of Bengal, they were contain humidity just because of they were passing from the Bay of Bengal only. That's why they consume the more humidity compared to that wind. These winds gave more rainfall over the Coromandel coast, which is used for the Rabi crops in Punjab and Haryana. They were get the more beneficial about this wind that were passes from the Bay of Bengal and over the Coromandel coast. They received the enough rain for the Rabi crop in Punjab and Haryana state. These winds gave rain in Gujarat. Okay, occasionally this rain, monsoon rain, that we also know the unseasonal rain called Mauthu in Gujarat. So here given some information about that, likes to know, that is called El Nino and ITCZ. Okay, that you have to read. After that, warm and weather season, that is called summer season. Summer season is known as the Grishma season. Okay, what is called summer season in India? Warm and dry season, between which 2 months, March to May, that is called summer. During this period, sun rays fall vertically from the south and north gradually, and landmass become warmer. Landmass transform the warmer. During this season, temperature increase continuously. During the March to May, temperature increase continuously. The north of March is hottest month. Okay, the month of the March is hottest month into the South India. Temperature exceed 40 degrees Celsius at many places. Temperature were exceed 40 degrees Celsius. Many places of India, central and northeast India, experience maximum temperature during the April and May. During the time period of the April and May, the central and northeast India experience maximum temperature during this time period. Some places at the temperature reaches around 45 degree to 50 degree. During the summer time period, at the some places of India, the temperature reaches 45 degree to 50 degrees Celsius. Thus the entire nation experience very high temperature during the summer time. During the altitude of the peninsula and the plateau, the summer of India is a little mild. Compared to the North India, the temperature here remain low. If you are going to compare about the North India, the temperature will be remain low, while the temperature in Delhi If you are talking about the temperature of Delhi and Allahabad, that is 34 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius in Madurai, 27 degrees Celsius at Bangalore. The physical feature D and C from having the dominial effect on the temperature in which area? South area. So that you have to remember. After that, the northeaster, this is the information given. The northwester is called the low pressure pocket over the north and northeast India. Listen, low pressure pocket that is passed away from the north and northeast India is spread up to Bihar, due to which some parts of the Odisha and Jharkhand become more occasionally, that is called as a nor'wester. This winds known as the Kal Bisakhi locally in the language of the Eastern India. In Eastern India, that is known as the Kal Bisakhi. After that, Lu. What is Lu? Into the arid region of the west and northern West India, sandstorm and thunderstorm are common. Into which area? Northwest India. Okay, sandstorm and thunderstorm are common. Into the summer, especially in the month of May, very hot wind blow out into the North India, and this hot wind is known as a Lu. Due to the excessive heat, the people, animal die. Due to the Lu, many people will be die, many animals will be die, that you will hear into the news. So Lu is become the reason, that is become the causes of the death of the many animal and many people during the hot season. During this season, the tropical cyclone developed over by the Bay of Bengal and over the Arabian Sea. Friends, during this season, tropical cyclones that were developed during the over the Bay of Bengal and over the Arabian Sea advance toward the coastal area and causes about the distractions effect onto the over the coastal region. Most of the country experience hot and dry weather during the summer. Most of the part of the country in India, if you are talked about, that felt or that experience a hot and dry weather during the summer season. Most of the places do not receive any rain in this season. If you are talk about the various part of the India, at some places in summer also they can get some little rain, but most of the places they didn't receive any kind of rain during the summer season. But sometime Malabar coast gets some rain, which helps to the mango crop. So friends, this is the very important point to remember for 1 mark answer. Malabar coast gets some rain with a help to which crop? Mango crop. So this is called Amravrushti. This is useful to mango and coffee crop. The advancing monsoon, that is called rainy season between June to September. What is called the advancing monsoon? India is a agrarian country. We all know that most of the people were depend on the agriculture in India, and so rainy season is very important. That we know, rainy season is very important season in India, because 80% of the people are depend on the agriculture of the rainfall country, which is called rainfall. 80% of the rainfall of the country were received between this 2 months, June to September. 80% of the yearly rainfall has received in India. Indian farmer is busy in farming from the beginning of the rainy season. Whenever the rainy season was started, the farmers of the India were busy to farming. Seasons are southwest monsoon were responsible for the rain of the seasons and the humid and cloudy weather. This is why this is also known as the seasons of southwest monsoon wind. Almost the entire India gets a rainfall during these winds. Most of the area of the India gets a rainfall during these winds. By the end of the May, whenever the end of the month of May, low pressure developed due to the temperature over India and Central Asia. At this time, Indian Ocean into the south develops the high pressure. If you are talk about the Indian Ocean, that is fall into the southern side of the India, that develops the high pressure. So the winds blow towards the northern low pressure pocket. In summer, monsoon winds blow from the ocean towards India, as these winds are moisture laden. They bring rain. They are calling the bring rainy season. So friends, you can see this map. This map is about the India southwest advancing monsoon. So this man, what you have to do, you have to purchase 5 to 10 maps from the market. Blank map you have to purchase, and according to this map you have to fill the color. Green color, you can see where you have to fill out the green color, and whatever the blue color that is describing about the water bodies, that you have to fill up that color and write down the whatever the information given in this, you have to in that map only. And also you have to paste that map into your notebook in this chapter only. So whenever you will come for checking your notebook, I will check whether you are pasting this map in your notebook or not. So this is very important instruction for our 16.3 map, that is about the India southwest advancing monsoon, that you have to draw, properly fill up with the color and properly fill up the information about this map and paste that map into your notebook. That is very necessary. Okay, this map will come in the exam also. Due to the peninsular shape, the South India, the southwest monsoon winds are divided into two parts. The south, if we are talk about the southwest monsoon, it is divided into two parts: Arabian Sea current and Bay of Bengal current. Whatever the current were from the Arabian Sea, that are called or considered as Arabian Sea current, and whatever the currents were come out from the Bay of Bengal, they are known as the Bay of Bengal current. So now study about the Arabian Sea current. What are the Arabian Sea current? Generally the monsoon in India, generally if you are talk about the monsoon in India, into the beginning of the June at Kerala. Different places, different time period to starting the monsoon time in India. In Kerala, South India, it will be start from the month of June. Western Ghat obstruct the southwest monsoon being coming from the Arabian Sea. So the entire coast of the western slope of the Ghat receive the heavy rainfall. Okay, when this wind cross the Western Ghat and reach to the peninsular plateau, these winds cross the Western Ghat and reach to the peninsular plateau, most of the moisture is reduced. Why? Because they have to suffer from the very long, they have to travel from the very long distance. So that's why the moisture become decrease. Okay, hence this is the leeward region gets less rain. So whatever the region that winds passes through with the less of moisture, that particular area receive very less rain. That's why that are considered region as a very less rainfall. Mumbai gets more than 200 centimeter rain, while Pune, which is little further, that is receive only 70% centimeter rain. So this is the difference between Mumbai and Pune rainfall. Rain decreases northwards from the Kerala to Karnataka. This rain will decrease, okay, from northern west to Kerala to Karnataka. Goa, Maharashtra on the western coasts, on one branches of the event, entire Madhya Pradesh enters into the Madhya Pradesh through the Narmada Valley. This current further merge with the winds coming from the Bay of Bengal. One branch of the Arabian current pass over the Gujarat, Saurashtra and Kutch and advance toward the Rajasthan. See, these winds are from the west direction. They were coming out from the Karnataka, then after Goa, and after Maharashtra. After that current enter into the Madhya Pradesh, and after Madhya Pradesh it will enter into the Narmada Valley. Okay, current, because Narmada is also into the Madhya Pradesh, some part of that. Further merges into the winds coming from the Bay of Bengal, and again it enters into the Arabian Sea current. So it is passed over the Gujarat, Saurashtra, Kutch, and after that it will reach to the Rajasthan. There this way there are no high mountains. Okay, there are no high mountains or dense forests in Gujarat. In Gujarat, if we are talk about the mountains area, there are very less mountain in Gujarat, so there is less possibility to the condensations of the moisture in the wind. After giving rain in Gujarat, after giving the rain of this wind in Gujarat, this wind enter into the Rajasthan. So it contains the less moisture. So Rajasthan gets whatever the rain that was very less. Desert area gets very less rainfall, less than 10 centimeter annually rain. Now this is about the Bay of Bengal current. Okay, southern branch of the southern west monsoon, second branch of the southern west monsoon wind first enter into the West Bengal, then after it reaches to the Meghalaya. These winds contain the maximum moisture, while they are gave the heavy rainfall in Meghalaya, because first is entered into the Meghalaya, so that's why these winds have a moisture, a lot of moisture into the Meghalaya. This slope of the Khasi, Garo, Jaintia hills receive heavy rainfall. Into the this is about the Garo, Khasi, and Jaintia are the name of the mountain slopes. So they have received a heavy rainfall. Winds here deflect, blow from the southeast. This cross over the western Bengal, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, and reach after that it will be reach into the Haryana. The moisture content decrease. Whatever the moisture decrease, whether whenever they enter away and away, far and far, it will be gone out. At from that wind, the moisture current decreases. So the regions which fall into the way first get more rainfall. Whatever the region come into the way of this wind, firstly they can get the more rainfall. After that, again and again, ahead and ahead, it will be passes through, but because of the less moisture, it will receive very less rainfall. Gradually the last region gets the very less rainfall, just because of the lack of the moisture in that wind. Simple thing. Further, both these currents coming from the Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal merge, giving good amount of the rain into the northern Himalayan regions. Snowfall occur there occasionally. So this is very important about that. Next is about along with the monsoon wind. If we are talk about the monsoon wind, along with them cyclones organizing over Bay of Bengal, okay, and the Arabian Sea also entered India. Cyclone, the winds which come over the Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea, after that they enter into the India. Due to this, monsoon becomes more active in some area. This monsoon become more actively in some area during the monsoon season. An average 5 to 6 cyclone during the monsoon season, average 5 to 6 cyclone pass through the India, had to bringing the rainfall. Just because of the help of the cyclone, India received the rainfall. 5 to 6 cyclone are responsible in India. India received her rainfall through the monsoon wind. India received her rainfall through the monsoon wind. But these winds do not blow throughout the year. This monsoon wind do not flow or do not blow out throughout the year from the same direction. They change their direction. The onset of the winds is also irregular. Okay, the phenomena of the rain break, whatever the phenomena of the rain break is associated with the monsoon wind, the monsoon rainfall for many days, but there are few rainless days, and again it followed by a spell of rain. So the phenomena is called the rain break, but because here in this region or in this time period the rain has been stopped. India is also a variation in a physical feature. India is also a variation into the physical feature. In our country, all these factors affected the distribution of the rainfall. Whatever the factor are there, that all are responsible for the distribution of the rainfall. These factors have made the amount of the distribution of the rainfall unequal in India. Assam, Meghalaya receive very heavy rainfall, while the desert area of the Rajasthan, Leh in Kashmir receive the insufficient rainfall just because of the weatheric condition, physical weatheric condition. Just because of that, there are unequal rainfall in India. So states like Assam and Meghalaya receive more heavy rainfall. Compared to that, Rajasthan and Leh receive the less rainfall. After that, new point of discussion about the retraining monsoon, that were between the October to returning, okay, October to November. Duration between the October or November, the time period between the October or November is better known as the retraining monsoon. Okay, retraining monsoon is between the time period of October to November. The vertical sun rays gradually shifted southward and created a low pressure over India. Whatever the sun rays coming out from the southward, it become the vertically and creates a low pressure in India. Indian Ocean in south. High pressure developed gradually over the North India. High pressure that will develop gradually into the which part of the India? North India. By the end of the September, if you are talk about the end of the September, fresh pressure system developed over Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal, which wicks the monsoon wind, which have already reached into the interior part of the India. When the pressure conditions change, whenever the pressuric condition will change, after that this wind starting to flowing the back, it will be turned back towards the October and November. So this period is called the retraining monsoon. Understood? At this time, a season of a dry and cool winds start. So this time, the season time, during the time of the cool and dry winds start the instead of the summer. Clear sky, whatever the weather condition is there, the sky is very clear, increasing the temperature, and main characteristic of returning monsoon winds. Soil contains the moisture. Whatever the soils have, they have the moisture, they give the more and more rainfall just because of the wind. Daytime temperature increase the night. Okay, daytime temperature is increased and nighttime temperature of this region is very cool and pleasant. Daytime weather is very perplexing due to the high temperature and humidity. This situation is known as the October heat. This question, what is called October heat? So I have to describe about this. In Gujarat, we can locally known as the Bhadarvi Tap. Okay, in Gujarati language, October heat is considered as a Bhadarvi Tap. Climate and human life. Okay, climate affected on the life of the human. How it is affected on the life of the human? Climate of India is a monsoonal type, irregularly and uncertainly. Climate affected onto the life of the human irregularly and uncertainly are the characteristics which have a profound impact on climate and its food, lifestyle, nature of people and agriculture. Climate affected on the people, its lifestyle, their food, their nature, their agriculture. Beside being the agrarian country, India is an agriculture country. India is under the total control of monsoon climate. So, impact of all the uncertainties of this monsoon winds is seen into the agriculture and human life in India. Following are the major impact of the climate of the human life. Why climate is responsible to impact on the human life? Here given about that information. Due to the high temperature during the most of the year in India, if you are talk about, the temperature is highly due to the entire year. It large variety of the crops can be cultivated, but uncertainty of the rain. Uncertainty means there is no certain rainfall during the all region of the India, resulted about the unpredictable production. Unpredictable production means you can't imagine which type of the and which amount of the crop you will receive this year. It is depend just on the rainfall. Most of the rain fall between June to September. Most of the area receive the rainfall between this 2 months, June to September. So where irrigation is not possible, from the area, from the regions in which irrigation facility were not available, the people or the farmer were depend on this month only for the crop. One crop can be taken during the entire year, and this is the developing of the depending on the rainfall. Whether the rainfall is good, they will receive a good crop. If the rainfall is not good, they will not receive a proper enough good crop, because just lack of the irrigation facility. The beginning as well as the end of the rainy season, whenever the rainy season will start, and at the end uncertain. Whenever it will start, no one can say. Whenever it will be end, no one can say. So uncertain rainfall. To a many a times water is not available for the crops at a proper time. Water is not available in spite of the irrigation facilities available. Many times it will be happen, just lack of the water, the farmer lose their crop. This daily causes the distraction of the seeds and crop production. This become the reason for the description of the crop production. Sometimes there is a heavy downpour onto the rain in shorter time. This is also destroy the crop. Sometimes wherever the heavy rainfall is there onto the some area, this also become the destroy of the crops. So crops need a proper water and proper atmosphere. Rivers get the flooded and causes of the soil erosion. Okay, whenever the more rainfall is about there, it become the reason for the flood and soil erosion, which is a long term reduced crop production. If one time soil erosion will be start, it will reduce the capacity of the capacity of the land to reduce about the crop production. When the rainy season is over, it create the unemployment problem for the agricultural laborer. Why? Because the laborer didn't have a work to do into the rainy seasons, only they can work into the farm. Remaining season what they will do? So this will create about the unemployment problem, as the farming is not a year long work. Farming is not during the entirely year work. Wherever the irrigation facility is possible, at their place the farmer are doing the farming work entire year. But wherever the irrigation facility were not happening, not possible, at that time what they will do? Many agricultural laborer migrate to city. At that time many labor went to the city due to the irregular rain. Some agro based industry faces not only about the agricultural labor face about the unemployment. The industry which were depend on the agro based, they also faced this same problem. Do not get their raw material like a cotton, sugar cane, tobacco, etc. These are the raw material which come from the production of the crop, which were not happening. So at that time what they will do about the agro based industry? Problem of drinking water also become the acute due to the irregular rain. Just because of the irregular rain, the problem of the drinking water also were there. If you are talk about the life or in the desert area, mountain region become felt the hardship. The people, those who are living into the desert area, mountain region, they have a face very hardship during the time period of this, because just of the water, which directly affects the people food, cloth and occupation. You can say that these factors are affected onto the life of the people and life of the lifestyle of the Indian people. The Indian Meteorological Department transmit the weather news. In news bulletin, you can see the news related to the weather. It is displayed by the Indian Meteorological Department of India. So you on radio, television and newspaper, and websites on internet, you saw that it was declared by the Meteorological Department of India. The office was established. This Meteorological Department's office was established in year of 1875 in Calcutta. In many offices, its main office were into the Pune till 2005. Till 2005, its main office were into the Pune. Now, Indian Meteorological Department's main office was shifted to New Delhi. Its other 6 regional offices. Meteorological Department has other 6 offices located into the Chennai, Guwahati, Kolkata, Mumbai, Pune and Nagpur. These 6 cities are obtained about the office of the Indian Meteorological Department, and also in every state capital. Whatever the state capital is there, Meteorological Department office is there only. IMD, Indian Meteorological Department, established the observation station from India up to America. It has an observation station from India to America. A weather forecast is made based on the information collected from this station. Whatever the information they will collect, they shows the forecast based on this information. So friends, this is the information about the climate of India, season of India and different various information that I described, whatever the information given in your textbook. Okay, so related to this self study question, number 1, number 2 exercise, number 3 exercise, number 4 exercise, you must have to write in your notebook only. This all exercise, no one will come to me or no one will call me to ask that this exercise will be right or not. This is compulsory to everyone, that this exercise you have to write in your notebook. It is compulsory. Listen my word, compulsory. In spite of that, the remaining or other PDF, that extra exercise I will send through the PDF, that also you have to write down in your notebook. In our next video we will discuss about a new lesson, new topic. Okay friends, bye, take care.